All right, honors geometry students, we are now studying our final portion of our packet, Part 8, Operations with Fractions. First, we will discuss adding and subtracting fractions. The key thing with adding and subtracting fractions is that you must have a common denominator before you can add or subtract. A common denominator just means that the bottoms of the fractions are the same. Once you have common denominators, then you perform your operation to the numerators, whether it be addition or subtraction. So let's look at this first example, 2 over 3 minus 4 over 5. These do not have common denominators, a 3 and a 5. They're different, so I have to make them be the same. Both of these fractions have been reduced. We need to basically unreduce them. So you want to think about the numbers 3 and 5 and what number they are both multiples of. And it would be 15, which means that if I multiply 3 by 5, I will get 15. And if I multiply 5 by 3, I will get 15. In fractions, you can multiply by anything as long as you multiply it to both the numerator and denominator. So the first fraction gets multiplied by 5 over 5. The second fraction will get multiplied by 3 over 3. So this is 10 over 15, 5 times 2. And I will subtract 12 over 15. So 10 over 15 minus 12 over 15. You simply subtract the tops. So 10 minus 12 is negative 2 over 15. And you're done. This next one is a little bit tricky because it has a mixed number in it. Typically in honors geometry, we want you to express your answers as improper fractions instead of mixed numbers. So let's convert this this mixed number into an improper fraction. To do that, you multiply the 2 and the 3 together. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then you add the number that's on top. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 2 1/3 is the same as 7/3. Basically, you had 2 wholes and 1 left over. And now we're plus 11 over 12. Now I can focus on my common denominator. And so I want to think, what number is both 12 and 3 a multiple? Can divide evenly into? And the number is 12. So I don't have to change the second fraction. I really just have to change the first. So I have to do 4 times 7. Oops. 4 times 7 is 28. And then 4 times 3 is 12. Now that I have the common denominators, I can just add. 28 plus 11 is 39 over 12. And now I want to think if I can reduce this fraction. 2/15 did not reduce, but 39 and 12 are both divisible by 3. So this fraction will reduce. If I divide both the numerator and denominator by 3, I get 13 over 4. We always want you to reduce your fractions when you're in honors geometry. Again, leave it improper. You don't have to express it as a mixed number unless you're otherwise told. Now let's discuss multiplication and division. Whenever you're multiplying fractions, you simply multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. You don't have to do anything else. Then simplify your fraction if possible. Then, whenever you're dividing, you'll multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. You may have heard the phrase flip and multiply. That's what you need to focus on whenever you're dividing. But multiplication, I think, is a little bit easier than adding or subtracting because you don't have to worry about the denominators. So here I have 2/3 divided by 4/5. Since this is the division, I have to flip and multiply. So the second fraction gets flipped upside down. That's also known as the reciprocal. After you flip it, then you simply multiply. And you'll multiply straight across the top, or both numerators together, and straight across the bottom. So 2 times 5 is 10, 3 times 4 is 12. And then reduce if you can. So this is 10 over 12. They're both divisible by 2. So I'm left with 5/6. Now let's do this next one. Notice we have another mixed number. Again, let's change it. Let's change it into an improper fraction. You do that by multiplying the denominator and the large number out front. So 4 times 3 is 12. And then you add the remainder. So 3 3/4 is the same as 15 over 4. And you're multiplying by 4 over 9. Now, you can simply just multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom here, but that's going to make your numbers very large. Notice how we have a 4 here and a 4 here. Those 4s will eventually cancel each other out. So you can just ignore them and say, this is 15 over 9. The 4s would cancel out in the reducing process. And then reduce it. They are both evenly divisible by 3. And you're left with 5/3. And that's all I have for you about multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting fractions. Go ahead and begin working on the final section of your summer packet.